Hello everyone, happy Saturday. It is Saturday night and I am spending my exciting Saturday night sitting outside in my car going live because I had like the best belief system epiphany tonight, and I just had to get on here and share it because I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is going to help somebody out there. So I want to share with you guys the one thing that could seriously be holding you back in your belief system and how to free yourself from that serious self-sabotage. Because let me tell you something. Well, before I get started, let me tell you why I'm sitting out in my car at almost midnight. So as many of you know, I have the 4 baby raccoons in the house, and they broke their like big bed today, and I refixed their cage and they are just not happy with it. So we're doing this live outside because I don't want to wake them up at all. I don't want to wake them up. It terrifies. I don't want to deal with that right now. So we're going to go live in the car. And speaking of raccoons, since I'm outside of my car, if you hear me scream, we have a family of raccoons that like to come hang out, and they eat every night. And they're so freaking cute. Like, I have my 4 babies inside, and then the mom comes and the dad comes with their 4 babies. They're a little bit older than mine, but they're so cute. But like, I watched them eat out the door, and the mom, like, she's right here. She's like, I see you. So like, I was out here the other night and I was just sitting here on the phone, and all of a sudden I look over and I see little faces, and I'm like, oh, she might not like me right now. So if you hear me scream, it's all good. It's okay. But anyway, so I'm out here in my car at midnight because, you know, like my shirt says, kind people are my kind of people, and my friends are the best kind of kind people. And I was having like a moment today. I was having like a for real moment. And, you know, I reached out to my friend and I was like, hey, can I just come over and talk to you? Like, I'm having like a hard time. And like, I don't even know like what my hard time really is, but like, I'm stuck and I'm struggling and I can't figure out why I'm stuck in this point right now. And so I drove down to her house and we talked for a little while, and I had this epiphany in speaking with her, and it really made me realize something in my belief system that was seriously, and has seriously my entire life, been holding me back. I don't know how low you guys can see. I should watch how I'm sitting. So the thing in my belief system that was holding me back, and I think this is something that seriously has held me back my entire life, probably in almost every area of my life now that I think about it. And it's my belief in what I'm capable of achieving. You know, I do a lot of personal development, and I've done a lot of work on myself as a human being and as a soul coming into this world, trying to be more mindful of the world around me and those around me and the connections that I'm making. And I've done a lot of personal development and work in that area. But I've never really sat down and thought about what has built my belief system around what I'm capable of achieving. I've sat down and figured out my belief system around who I am as a person. That took a lot of self-work. That was a very trying time for me. I had to go into some very dark places. You know, I had to remember who I was as an individual, not the beliefs that were placed on me by my family. So I've done that kind of belief system work. I've done belief system work as far as my finances and my money belief system, where I got that from my family and society, and where I needed to change that. So I've worked on certain belief systems, my health belief system, my mindset belief system, but I've never worked or even thought about my belief system around what I'm capable of achieving. And I'm talking about achieving in every way, physically, mentally, financially. Like, I've never thought about that side of my life. And, you know, what grows that for everyone mainly is your upbringing, and then we have society that comes into it, and then as we get older we have our peers and our own things that happen to us and our experiences. But you know, growing up, I didn't have a strong push from my family to achieve, to succeed, to be anything more than what I was. I was naturally smart. I naturally got straight A's. So that was really easy for me. And for my family, that was enough. So I was never taught to strive to be better than what I naturally was. And I was never put into extracurricular activities. I was put into them. I won't say that. I was put into them. I was put into dance. I was put into gymnastics. I was put into baseball. And I was put into all of those things. My parents did put me into those things. But I wasn't pushed ever to succeed. So as a child, I just gave up. And that became, I got distracted by something, or something would happen, and I just was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just going to give up on that. And that was okay. That was acceptable. It was okay for my family for me to just give up on things. I was never pushed to stay into something. I was never pushed to achieve anything, because I achieved being a straight A student naturally, and that was okay. That was good. That kept my mom and dad happy. I didn't need to do anything else. And in my household, that was okay. So for me, I didn't have a belief system that told me to be motivated, to be driven, to go after what you want in life, to succeed, to push forward, that you're capable of achieving more than you're doing right now, that it's okay to have dreams, and it's okay to go after them, and it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to want to give up, but to keep pushing forward. I was taught, if you want to give up, it's cool. You're doing good in school. You don't got to do nothing else. You're good. You're good. Guess what? I'm not in school anymore, and this is life. And my grades don't cut it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get up every day and be motivated to achieve something in your life. And I'm talking right now in like a career standpoint, because that's what I was looking at today. And, I'm at a point where I'm motivated and I'm inspired to push forward on my own personal branding and what I want to do in my life long-term, futuristic-wise, to change our world. I believe that it will change our world. But I have this overwhelming, suffocating elephant that just sits on my chest and says, oh, who do you think you are? What? You're not going to do that. No way, girlfriend. Like, get out of here. And what do? I say, okay, yeah, you're right. That's okay. I'm not really going to do it. And then I give up, because I was taught that that's okay. And like, it's not okay to give up on your dreams. It's not okay to sit back and take the passenger seat to your life. Because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to realize that, like, you wasted a shit ton of time. And you wasted a shit ton of happiness. And like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be the person who wakes up in the morning and they know that they're going to achieve everything that they set out to do, plus more. Because they're capable of so much more than they even can imagine. I wasn't taught that growing up. And I try my best to teach that to Avery, but I never realized that I need to start teaching that to myself. I need to start realizing that I'm capable of achieving things that I haven't even dreamed of yet. And the things that I've dreamed of because the universe wants me to achieve them. It's just waiting for me to catch up. It's just sitting there going, hey girl, like, I'm waiting for you. I keep giving you all these great ideas and you're just sleeping on them. You're sleeping. And so many of us are out there sleeping on our dreams, and we're sleeping on our achievements because we were never taught to wake up and go for them. So this is your wake-up call. If you see this video, this is your wake-up call, that if nobody ever told you that what you're doing right now isn't enough and you're capable of more, then I'm here to tell you that you are capable of more than you've been doing in your life. And maybe it's not your career. Maybe it's your health that you need to work on. Maybe it's your health that you need to wake up every day and say, you know what? I am going to achieve eating the way that I want today. I am going to achieve that weight loss that I want today. I am going to achieve feeling healthy like I want today. I am going to achieve that 5-mile run that I want today. Maybe it's your mindset. I'm going to achieve finishing that book. I'm going to achieve writing that blog. I'm going to achieve doing freaking something for myself, for my own mental health. Even that I realized, like, I put myself on the back burner so much. Why do I put myself on the back burner so much? I was never taught to be better. I was never taught to achieve better for myself. I was never taught to eat better, to do better, to exercise more, to get out there and be a fucking better person. Sorry I cursed. I'm trying to not do that. So like, this is your wake-up call. Whatever area you've been sleeping on and whatever area you need to achieve better for yourself and for your life in, start doing it. Wake up and start doing it. What is holding you back? There are normally two things that hold us back, and it's fear and it's self-doubt. Now, fear can come from two places, and it's really important for you to understand which one you're coming from, because you got to somebody, I have a friend, and she used to tell me, well, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And then she's like, well, I'm afraid of success. Are you just afraid of being successful? And I'm like, no, like, I want to be. I know, like, success isn't a thing that I really want to achieve. Like, that's not a big thing for me. I've always said, like, I don't need to be the name. I want to be a group. My name doesn't even need to be on it, Like, I just have this idea, and I want it to be a thing that grows like wildfire, and so many women and moms connect. Like, my name doesn't even need to be heard. You know what I mean? But, like, what is holding you back? So, like, success, for me, success is, like, I'm helping thousands of people live better lives. And we're holding these huge, massive events where women are on stage and their children are on stage, and we're teaching mindfulness and love, and we're teaching children to love themselves and give that love to other people. And, like, I have these visions, and I'm like, that's going to happen. So, no, I'm not afraid of success. Because with success means that I'm changing all those lives that I want to change. And I'm not afraid of that. I want that more than anything. What I'm afraid of is the failure, is the self-doubt. Like, you either fear success or you still fear failure. And, like, I realize, like, I'm just afraid of failing. Like, what happens if it doesn't work out? And it's like, yeah, but what happens if it does? Like, at least if it doesn't work out, you tried, and you went after your dreams, and you went after your passions, and you did something that you could stand up and you could say not a lot of people have done. You put your heart out there and you went for it. But so many people don't do that because they're so afraid. And then there's self-doubt. And for me, self-doubt was a big thing. And that's what I realized today. My self-doubt was coming from this mentality that, like, I never had to achieve anything more than what I was. And that was crippling. It crippled me. It crippled my growth. It stunted my growth. Yes, I have that. It's so funny. Like, I love to hold something because it just, I don't know. I definitely get distracted, and holding something helps me to not get distracted. And I always hold a crystal. I always do, and it's just whatever one is called to me. So I'm glad that you noticed that. I so am. But so yeah, you're normally either held back by your fear or by your self-doubt. Self-doubt both of them take a lot of personal development, and it takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of steps, and there's a lot of things that you can, that go back, and there's just so much. So this is just one piece of it. This is just one piece of the puzzle that I found today for myself. That was like a huge epiphany for me. It was like, oh, I've never had to achieve anything. Like, I've never been pushed. I've never been supported. I've never had anybody stand behind me and go, you can do this. Like, you got this, and you're gonna do it. And I thought that I needed that in order to achieve. And then I realized today too, like, I don't need that to achieve, because, like, the universe totally has me. And every time that I've ventured off on any vision that I've had, the universe has literally, I want to say guided, because that's what everybody says. But, like, the universe literally wrapped me in a blanket and was like, here we go. I am carrying you on this journey. And every step of the way, I'm going to plop your butt down, and you're going to make the connection you need to make, and you're going to learn what you need to make, and you're going to grow where you need to grow, and then I'm going to pick you back up, and I'm going to keep carrying you to that next point to your journey. But it's my fault for getting stuck at those points that we stop at. Those stopping points are meant for growth, and instead I get stuck. And this was something today that's going to help me to not get stuck. This helped me realize a pattern that I have been going in my entire life. And that pattern is, I will go after a dream that I have. I will be so inspired, and the universe will literally align everything perfectly for me. And then it puts me in this place of uncomfortableness, and I get distracted from my goal, and I get distracted from my vision, and I let it pull me farther and farther and farther away. And then yes, eventually I come back, and I get closer, and I get distracted. So this achievement belief piece in my core, like I honestly believe, so this is another thing for another video, but I honestly believe that we have beliefs that are core beliefs. You know, we have beliefs that are easier to change, and then we have beliefs that are core beliefs within us that have been implanted in us from our birth and possibly even before. And it is something that we've carried our entire lives and we don't necessarily know is there. And this achievement block that I've had and the support block that I've had, I feel like is a core belief that I kind of just broke open and shattered all over the place. And yes, there's going to be some broken pieces I'm definitely going to walk on along the way. And they're going to hurt. That's what growth does. You break this freaking belief system you've had, you shatter it to pieces, and then you have to walk on the glass to get over it. You don't just wake up, believe something, and think the world is going to be roses the next day. You have to work through it. So as I go through this journey, I'm going to have to be reminded of this core belief that I now am aware of. That's the key. The awareness is the key. Now that I'm aware that I have this belief that is holding me back, I can see when I'm triggered. I can see when I'm triggered. I can see when it shows up. I can realize the pattern. And I can say, okay, whoa, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Practice the pause. Breathe. Ground myself. Focus. Recenter. Reset. Remind myself who I am. And then go after what I want. Removing this blockage from my belief system and from my mindset is going to allow me to push forward through those distractions that have been keeping me from where I need to be. Because that's the only thing keeping me from where I need to be. The only thing keeping me from where I need to be is myself. It isn't anybody else. Life happens, distractions happen, things happen. I cannot blame anything that's going on in my life right now personally on those things because shit happens. My life is a product of my reaction to those things. And my reaction comes from my belief system. So now when I'm triggered by those old patterns and those old cycles and those distractions, I can come back quicker. And I can grow stronger. And I can grow faster. So I'm really excited to have shared that with you guys. And I'm going to give you just a couple quick tips to free yourself before I get out of here. I also want to give you one quick tip that has nothing to do with your mindset. So before I came out here, I'm surrounded by woods on most of the sides. And normally it is like a bug infested like territory. It's just like it's terrible out here. So I was out here trying to like get this set up so I didn't lose lighting. And this bug came in and like flew right at my face. And I was like, oh, we are not doing that. So I got some sage and I think paleo sticks. And I'm burning them outside my car right now. And it not only smells delicious, but it's keeping all the bugs away from me. So, natural bug repellent around the yard right there, in case any of y'all are wondering. So some tips to free yourself from this type of self-sabotaging mindset. The first tip I will always tell you is personal development. If you're not working on your personal development and you're not growing your mind and your heart and your soul, because they're three different things. Your mind, your heart, and your soul are three different things. And you need to be continuously working on all of them. So many people just work on their mind. So many people go to counseling and work on their heart. Like, you have to work on your soul too. You have to work on your connection to the universe. You have to work on all of these things. The one thing that's going to encompass all of these things is personal development. Get yourself seriously involved in some personal development. Get in groups, watch videos, get in trainings. If you don't know about personal development, I will hook you up. I will hook you up so hard, dude. Like, I have a personal development group. We have free manifesting. We have free mindset training. We have free videos on personal development from my mentor. She's freaking phenomenal. You will just grow so much from her videos alone. Just let me know and I got you. The other thing is stop with the distractions. Stop with the distractions. Put those blinders on. Get super clear about what you want in your life. I'm going to go inside after this video, and Avery's already sleeping. I'm going to feed the babies because I have to be responsible. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out in vivid detail what my life looks like 1 year from now. What I am going to achieve 1 year from now. I'm writing that down. And I am doing some sort of ritual to put it in cement and manifest it out into the universe. Because I need to be clear in that intention. I need to be clear in what I am capable of achieving. And I need to know that for myself. This way, when those blinders, I need to go to bed. When those distractions come, I can put those blinders on. And I'm going to get out that piece of paper and I'm going to say, no. Focusing on that is not going to achieve this. Putting your energy towards that is not going to achieve this. Refocus yourself and get back over here. Remember who you are. Remember your power and take it back in that moment. Because when you give your energy and your focus to something else, you're giving it your power. Take your power back from that distraction. Put your blinders on and go after what you want to achieve. The third thing I'm going to tell you is to do it scared. You're never going to be ready. You're never. I don't care. I don't care what it is. You're never going to be fully ready. And if you are, you probably could have done it a lot sooner. I'm sorry to tell you that. So many people wait. So many people, I'm going to write out this idea, not this idea, but I'm going to write out what my life is in a year. And I'm going to write out the things that I achieved. You know what I mean? But I'm going to do all of those things whether I'm scared or not. I'm going to start writing my book whether I'm scared or not. I'm going to send it into those publishers that I've already spoke to whether I'm scared or not. I'm going to do my blog and put it out there whether I'm scared of what people are going to think or not. I'm going to do all of these things whether I'm scared or not. Because it's in those moments of doing things when you're afraid that you're able to grow. You grow in so many ways, and you also grow in personal strength, in personal belief. Every time you push past a moment that you didn't think you would do, something inside of you grows and says, I can do this. And then the next time you meet a challenge, it gets easier to say, I can do this. I grew up in a household where I was never pushed to say, I can do this. I was never told by anybody to achieve anything, to be anything, to do anything. My parents didn't even care if I went to college. I dropped out of freaking high school. They were cool with it. I dropped out of high school my senior year as a straight A student. Go figure. My parents were okay with it. Can you, I'd kick Avery's butt. You don't even know. I was almost a straight A student my senior year, and I decided to drop out because of family issues, because of life issues. And my parents were cool with it. I moved out of the house. Nobody cared. I was never taught to be anything. I was never told that I was capable of being anything. And, if you were never told that, I want to end this video by telling you that you are so capable. You are so capable of more than you probably even know that you're capable of. This vision that I had, I didn't have until last summer. I had no idea that this seed was even planted in my heart. I had no idea that this vision, this dream would bring to me the connections that it's already brought to me, would bring to me and inspire me with the other ideas that it's already inspired me with. I went 32 years not knowing that that seed was inside my heart. And when I opened myself up to the laws of the universe, and when I opened myself to learning about manifestation, and I opened myself to learning about being connected to my source and personal development and working on me, things changed. Everything changes when you start changing yourself and your mindset. You want to practice positivity, But like, you don't want to practice fakeness. You want to be real with yourself. And be real with what you can achieve. You know, like, I know that I can achieve greatness. But I didn't know that until recently. And it took those stepping stones. It took personal development. It took a good mentor. It took a good circle of friends. It took a lot to get me there. And you can do it too if you just start believing that you're capable of achieving more than you are. And you know what else is really beautiful? Like, the really beautiful thing is, like, once you start believing that about yourself, you're gonna spread that like wildfire. Like, you're just gonna radiate that positivity, and you're gonna generate so much high vibe love frequency that, like, it's literally, you have no idea. Sometimes I don't, it's like an empath thing, but like, I just cry out of like pure joy for other people that like I don't even know. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know why it happens. It happened to me today in my kitchen. I saw somebody's post and I was like, I am so happy for her. And I just started crying. I was like, she is going to have such an amazing, amazing life. Like, that she's starting for herself. You know, like, when you start to have that type of energy about you, you're going to radiate it to other people. And when we do that, we're changing the frequency of the world. And I know that that sounds super corny to those of you that don't understand it. And I really implore you, if you don't understand what I just said by that statement alone, to start looking into it. Okay? So I'm going to go inside and feed these babies. And I love you guys. And I hope that this message helps somebody, because my friend sure helped me tonight. And there are just so many great, amazing things to come for me in my life and on my journey. And I know that you guys have so many amazing things to come in your lives. So if you want to share them, please share them. I am always up for a good story. I cry, as I just said. So just know, if we meet in person, that's going to happen. My eyelash girl is constantly yelling at me because I'm like, she's like, why do you lose your lashes so much? I'm like, I cry all the time. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, no, I just cry. I watch a movie and I cry. So I love you guys. I really do. And I hope that this video helps somebody, and I hope that you grow, and I hope that you help others grow. That's the key. Okay? Like, that is legitimately the key. Like, don't stop your personal growth at you. You have to branch out and help other people grow. Because if I'm going to tell you, like, the universe doesn't like a selfish grower. Like, if you're, at some point, you have to contribute to the universal, like, you have to contribute to the universal frequency. You have to. If you want that love back, if you want that manifestation back, if you want to attract good things into your life, at some point you have to hop on that train. So start spreading love. You can't be somebody, and I'm going to put this out there, I should have stopped talking, because I should have just stopped this video. But I want to put this out there right now. If you're somebody who's on Facebook and you're out here radiating positivity on Facebook, and then you go and you're flipping off somebody because they might have cut you off because they didn't even see you, or you're bitching at the person who is stopped at the yellow light because they didn't go through the red, or you're complaining about your coworker, or you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. That's selfish. You're being super selfish with the universe. You have to give back kindness. So start giving kindness to those around you. Start giving kindness to the people that might deserve it the least, and watch how much goodness the universe is going to give you in return. Okay? So I will end on that note. So grow yourself, and then spread some kindness like wildfire, and let's see what we can turn this world into. Bye, guys. Good night.